This is the L2C Media Network, and this is Steve Baxley Sports Final, brought to you by the L2C Media Network. And now, set them up with the preseason shows. Set them up with preseason everything. Why? Because we just blew the line. It's supposed to be pre-Thanksgiving Day. Anyway, it's almost Thanksgiving Day, so here's our big turkey, Steve, the Baxman Baxley. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome, one and all to the Cossack Ball. That's right, this is the Steve Baxley Sports Final. I am the Steve Baxley. What's happening, everybody? Now, before we go on any further, I want to make mention of one thing, and that is this, that tomorrow is Thanksgiving Day, and we do have a very good cornucopia of sports. We're only going to be on 45 minutes because, hey, it's Thanksgiving Day, and, well, we give you the fun, thrills, and excitement of the big day. And today, oh, yes, it was good. Yes, friends, it was fantastic. College basketball. And even though without fans, college basketball is back. Would you like to see or hear about the scores? I'm glad you did, because we got some. We got scores, we got news, and a few other things, of course, the scoreboard as well. But first, let's take you to the start of the big season. Everything is well, everything is okay. So now, the season started, so let's get you some scores. We're just waiting for them to pop up here on the pop-up toaster. Sorry we were a little late, but, well, college basketball had some good games. That's why we're a little late, but still, we're here. We're going to do an hour show tomorrow again. 45-minute broadcast. 30 to 45-minute broadcast, because it's Turkey Day. And, oh, we got some turkeys. We got them all for you tonight. So, let's get to it. Let's show some scores. Let's give you some scores. And as soon as things start to, regurgitate here, we'll try to get you some bigger scores. Okay? And let's go to it. Boom. Just waiting for it all to commendez-vous. Thank you.
Good. Good.
Thank you. Yes, it is. I'll place it right on here.
Because this was the one I was nibbling on.
Okay.
I just found this.
Okay, let's we're almost to the point of no return. We got some scores for you. And here we go. End of overtime number 1. Georgia State, Georgia Tech still tied at 83. Early in the second half, it is Utah State over VCU, 47-44. Early in the second half, Villanova over Boston College, 36-34. At the half, Marquette over Arkansas Pine Bluff, 50-18. Halftime also, Wisconsin 43, Eastern Illinois 20. More games for you. 2:10 left to play in the half. It is UC Davis 42-41 over Nicholls State. At the half, Sacramento State leads Bethesda 54-27. Less than 6 minutes remaining in the first half, and it's San Diego State up on UCLA 23-20. Just starting over Seattle and Portland, no score. Just starting Texas Southern, Washington State, no score. Now, how about some finals? Got it? Get it? Let's go. Abilene Christian took care of Eastern Tennessee State 70-47. South Florida over Florida College 94-84. in the Navy, where you can sail the 7 seas. They beat George Washington 78-71. Virginia Tech over Radford, man, 77-62. James Madison over Limestone, 89-55. Mount St. Mary, and if anyone did, would they ever tell Penthouse? They beat Morgan State 62-55. I have to do one bad joke. Nebraska whopped McNeese State 102-55. Xavier outlasted Oakland 101-49. Mercer didn't give North Georgia mercy, 79-48. Georgia Southern took care of Florida National, 97-65. New Hampshire over Keene State, or Keene State, for those of you down south, 93-54. Little Rock, 71-66 winner over Prairie View A&M. Miami of Ohio over North Dakota, 81-67. Virginia over Townsend, 89-54. Maryland, my Maryland over Old Dominion, 85-67. Austin Peay over Nebraska Omaha, 72-66. Drake over Kansas State, 80-70. Appalachian State over South Carolina State, 81-61. Ohio State over Illinois State, 94-67. Illinois over North Carolina A&T, 122-60. Providence over Fairfield, 97-56. South Wesleyan over SC Upstate, 82-72. Memphis over St. Mary, 73-56. Bradley over Toledo, 61-59. Nevada over North Dakota State, 62-48. Wow. La Citadel over Piedmont, 89-64. Houston over Lamar, 89-45. University of Auburn, Birmingham over Alcorn State, 99-50. Iowa over North Carolina Central, 97-67. Furman over Tusculum. Isn't that a body part? Anyway, 95-62. UMKC in the Sunshine Band, 105. Culver Stockton, 35. UMass Lowell over San Francisco, where they left their heart, 76-68. Kennesaw State over Carver, 87-40. Wake Forest over Delaware State, 111-51. Louisville over Evansville, 79-44. Oklahoma State over Texas Arlington, 75-68. Georgetown over UMBC, 70-62. Western Carolina over UNC Wilmington, 98-76. Michigan over Bowling Green, 96-82. Quinnipiac Parlez-vous over Farley Dickinson, 84-66. Western Kentucky over Northern Iowa, 93-87. Ohio over Chi-Town State, or Chicago State, you want to be accurate, 84-61. Pacific over UC Riverside, down by the riverside, yeah, down by the riverside, yo, 66-60. Purdue and Liberty, 77-64. Eastern Kentucky, an 86-7 winner over North Florida. North Carolina over Charleston, 79-60. Butler, he did it over Western Michigan, 66-62. You know I got to do this. That's right, no fans, no is zone. And they have a lawyer playing, and that lawyer beat the pants off of Eastern Michigan, along with Michigan State. That's right, the Spartans, under a new lawyer, beat Eastern Michigan 83-67. Yes, Michigan State found Eastern Michigan guilty of shoddy playing. No, just kidding. Lawyer, get it? He was one of the big starters. You'll get the idea. Kentucky over Morehead State, 81-45. Fresno State over William Jessup, 87-47. North Kentucky over Ball State, 74-73. Wofford over Toccoa Falls, 88-49. Pepperdine University, the place where Bill of the Network stars did wonders. Not the remake, but the original, done by Howard Cosell. 86-72. The Army. It's not just a job, it's an adventure. They beat US MMA 93-32. They met with American mixed martial arts basketball team. North Alabama over Oakwood College 98-74. Northwoods over Westmount 97-79. Texas El Paso over Texas Permian Basin 100-81. Elon, not Musk, but the team called Elon, over North Carolina Wesleyan 82-52. In 3 minutes, we're in the Thanksgiving.
Saturday.
Thursday, Mother. Thank you. Rutgers over Sacred Heart 86-63. St. John over St. Peter 76-75. PFW over Southeast Louisiana in overtime 67-63. West Virginia Mountain Mamas take me home. Country Road 79-71 over South Dakota State. Minnesota over Green Bay 99-69. Jacksonville defeated Coastal Georgia 99-57. Oregon State over California 71-63. Florida International over Flagler 85-81. Davidson over High Point 82-73. Pittsburgh over San Fran I think that's San Fran Pacific. Is that not? No, could be. San Fran over Pittsburgh 80-70. Texas State over Mary Hardin Baylor 98-59. I'm not making a joke. South Alabama over Florida Atlantic 68-66. Arizona State over Tiny Rhode Island 94-88. Illinois Chicago over Northern Illinois 65-61. Santa Clara over Idaho State 62-49. FGCU over Florida A&M 65-56. Texas Tech over Northwestern State 158. St. Louis over SIU Edwardsville 89-52. VMI over St. Andrews 90-63. Missouri over Oral Roberts 57-38. Arkansas defeated Mississippi Valley State 142-62. Did they even get Mississippi Valley State a chance? Clemson over Mississippi State 53-42. North Carolina State over Charleston Southern 95-61. Tarleton State over Dallas Christian 103-48. Colorado over South Dakota 84-61. Loyola Marymount over Southern Utah 85-83. Indiana over Tennessee Tech 89-59. SMU over Sam Houston State is 97-67. Texas over the University of Texas Rio Grande. Yeah, University of Texas Rio Grande Villa 91-55. Alabama over Jacksonville State 81-57. TCU over Houston Baptist 69-45. Brigham Young over Westminster, Utah 108-59. Connecticut over CCSU, which happens to stand for Central Connecticut State 102-75. We got more. Texas A&M Christian Corpus Christi. There you go. Texas A&M Corpus Christi defeated Texas A&M International 64-53. Grand Canyon over Grambling 69. There we go. It is a workable number. To 53. Weber State over Adams State 88-60. USC over Cal Baptist 95-87. Montana State over UNLV 91-78. And now the postponed or canceled, but mainly postponed. Stetson and Miami of Florida. Drexel and Penn State. Gardner-Webb and Duke. University of Texas, San Antonio, and Oklahoma. Detroit and Richmond. Eastern Washington and Oregon. Canceled. Iona and Fordham. Stony Brook and Bryant. Troy and Mid-Georgia St. College. Central Arkansas and Old Miss. Buffalo and Gannon. Simpson and San Jose State. Georgia, Columbus State. Utah Valley, Stanford. Arkansas State and Jackson State. Marshall and Coppin State. Northern Arizona and Arizona. Louisiana and Xavier. Monmouth and Hofstra. Lipscomb, Campbellsville. Charlotte and Tennessee. And Colorado Christian and Denver University. And there you go, your postponed and canceled college basketball games. Wow, there were a ton of them, weren't they, kids? Yes, they were. Glad we brought them to you here on this very cheap broadcast. Now, let's get on with more of the joy. It is time now, midnight Eastern. We got to do a little plug here for our good friend Nick Ricada. He is right now, yes, friends, he is right now doing his little showgram on the best place to do shows, YouTube. That's right. Tonight, has he got something special for all of us tonight on Lost Blaming the Interwebs? In fact, it's so special, we're having a hard time finding it. No, it's a very special show, kids. And by the way, we're going off the air at 12:45, so we'll get everything in. On tonight's little broadcast with the humble Minnesota attorney, Nick Ricada, the Great White Pill of Hype, Pennsylvania and Nevada developments. Nick and his guests will be talking about it on Lost Bleeding Interwebs. They're doing it right now. They're 3 minutes in their show. It's on Ricada Law Channel, right here on YouTube. And with that said, that's right. With that said, and believe me, we have a lot to say on this little show. Let's keep going. Let's go with the injuries in week number 12. And the Turkey Day little game that's going to be on CBS, which may determine the future of Lions president Bob Quinn and Lions coach Matt Patricia. Here are the outers, questionables in the injury list. Texans at the Lions. For the Texans, fullback Colin Gillespie, his back is out. Quarterback Josh McCown, illness. Wide receiver Kenny Stills, quadriceps, they're out. Punter Brian Anger, right quad, he's questionable. So is my teeth. For the Lions, wide receiver Kenny Galladay, hip. Wide receiver Danny Amendola, hip. Defensive end Austin Bryant, thigh. Cornerback Mike Ford, concussion. Defensive lineman Deshaun Hand, groin. Cornerback Jeff Okuda, shoulder and ego. They're out. Cornerback Armani or Wiry, back. Linebacker Reggie Ragland, ankle. Running back DeAndre Swift, questionable. Washington at the Cowboys. Washington, defensive Anderson, knee. Safety Deshazor Everett, ankle. Linebacker Jared Norris, hamstring. They're out. Kicker Dustin Hopkins, right groin, March. Wide receiver Terry McLaurin, ankle. Offensive tackle Cornelius, ankle, questionable. For the Cowboys, quicker. Yes, I'm here to crucify Hawaiian. Kicker Greg Zerline, back. Cornerback Anthony Brown, ribs, questionable. More. Wednesday practice reports, the Ravens and Steelers, they've been moved to Sunday, 1 o'clock on NBC. And I don't believe this, but that's it for the injuries? Schneike, boys and girls. Well, at least for the Thursday injuries. So there you go. for the Thanksgiving game injuries. Now, I just want to say one thing. We are going to have a special edition following the Lions game. Well, actually, we're going to have it following the second Turkey Day game. And no, are we going to do the? No, we're not going to do after the first half. That's a Sunday deal for Turkey. We'll just be on at 11:30 to about 45 minutes. And if the Lions lose, you think Bellini's going to have fun. You heard me. But we'll be on 11:30. We'll be on at 11:35 tomorrow night. No special editions because it's Thanksgiving. We all got a day off. All right, let's keep going. Ravens, of course, they are to meet Pittsburgh, but now it's going to be on Sunday on NBC at 1:15, which means after 20 years, NBC for one day is going to have a Sunday afternoon football game.
What is today?
That's my mom, folks. She runs this little place.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Today is now, we are 8 minutes into Thanksgiving Day. It is the 26th of November. Now, let's rock and ride, folk. The Baltimore Ravens announced in a statement on Wednesday evening that a staff member has been punished for conduct surrounding COVID-19 cases that have affected players and staff. Now, the staff member in question is said to be Jason LaConfora, CBS Sports NFL Insider, who also said the league is hopeful that the virus is contained. Well, NFL Network's Tom Pelissero adds that the staff member did not report symptoms and was not consistently wearing a mask or tracking device. Gee, I wonder who then. Those actions may have contributed to the rash of positive COVID-19 cases that the team is currently dealing with. Now, over the course of the week, the Ravens have dealt with at least 10 positive cases, which included running back Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins. A number of others were also placed on a reserve COVID list after being identified as close contacts. Now, news of this punishment comes on the heels of the NFL postponing Baltimore's Thanksgiving night game against Pittsburgh Steelers due to all these positive tests. Now, despite holding out hope that they could get the game in, the league officially moved the AFC North head-to-head to Sunday at 1:15 p.m. on NBC. So they're going to have two big arse football games on their schedule on Sunday. Now, this is what the statement read. We appreciate the NFL for its diligence working closely with us to ensure the well-being of players, coaches, and staff from both the Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers organizations. The team said in a statement just prior to the news of their Week 12 game being rescheduled. Protecting the health and safety of each team, in addition to our communities at large, is of utmost importance. We will continue to follow guidance from the NFL and its medical experts as we focus on safely resuming preps for Sunday's game. Now, as La Canfora suggests, discipline could be coming down from the league on Baltimore. With that in mind, the Ravens may be disciplining this coach to proactively reduce or avoid any potential discipline handed down by the league after this outbreak forced them to reschedule a primetime game. Now, early this season, the Vegas Raiders were penalized, reportedly, a 2021 sixth-round draft choice and fined a total of $650,000 for violating the COVID-19 protocol. So there is a precedent that the Ravens are very much probably aware of. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now, we are going to have a pre-show tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, so please watch accordingly. We'll preview both games and give you our predictions. Speaking of which, the rabbi will be here to predict those two games very shortly. But right now, if we can, We did the yeah. Let's go to National Basketball Association. And sweet mystery of life and love in the National Basketball Association. After an extremely disappointing end to their 2019-2020 campaign, the Los Angeles Clippers have made considerable changes to their lineups. Clippers lost reigning six-man of the year, Montrezl Harrell, to the rival LA Lakers, but they replaced him with veteran forward Serge Ibaka. They also traded reserve guard Landry Shamet and landed Luke Kennard to fill his void. Clippers might not be done making moves either. Rival teams also expect LA to trade veteran guard Lou Williams, according to the New York Times' Mark Stein. Williams currently has 1 year remaining on his 3-year, $24 million deal. He signed with the Clippers in 2018, and he will be then an unrestricted free agent next offseason. Now, when it comes to Clippers issues last season, Williams said he thought that a lack of chemistry was a major problem. No kidding. Williams is a 3-time NBA Six-Man of the Year award winner, and even though he's getting up there in age, he's 34. Jeez. Somebody get him an AARP card and a wheelchair. He is still an extremely effective scorer. He has averaged over 18 points per game in each of the last 3 seasons, while also shooting over 41% from the floor. If he is made available in trade talks by the Clippers, there will likely be no shortage of suitors. Virtually every contender could use his instant offense off the bench. The fact that he only has a year remaining on his current contract will also be attractive to teams, as it will allow them to add the veteran guard for a single season without compromising long-term financial flexibility. As such, Williams' situation in LA is definitely one to keep an eye on as the 2020-2021 season draws ever so closer. And by the way, my little remark, I do apologize. It was supposed to be a joke. Obviously, it wasn't. It was bad taste. I do apologize.
What is today's date?
The 26th of November, sir.
So 11/26.
Yes. May I continue?
Okay, I was just wondering.
Thank you. We have a couple of sad notes to pass along before we move on to some other little news of notes. Texas State defense back Cambrell Winters has died of a gunshot wound. San Marcos police confirmed on Wednesday. Meanwhile, 2 other people have been arrested and charged in his killing. Hello. Let me go up here, please. Thank you. Yep, got it right. Now, according to a police report, officers responded to calls of shots fired Tuesday night after 9 p.m. at an apartment complex in San Marcos. There, officers found Winters with a gunshot wound to the chest. Efforts to revive him were unsuccessful, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. In gathering interviews, police determined that Winters, along with 2 other individuals, Elisa Blackman and Michael Ifenecho, planned to buy a couple of ounces of marijuana. Winters was shot and killed during the deal, while Blackman and Ifeanacho have been charged with capital murder. Texas State coach Jake Spavital released the following statement on Wednesday. Quote, "Our Texas State University football team is deeply saddened by the death of our team member and friend, Cambrell Winters. I met with players this morning to share this news. We will stand together as a team and support one another during this very difficult time. Our thoughts and condolences are with his family and loved ones, as are ours here on the Sports Final." Yesterday, we also told you about a Dallas Cowboy staffer, the assistant coach, who was rushed to the hospital with non-COVID emergency. Well, we have found out that what started as a routine Tuesday morning devolved in anything but for the Dallas Cowboys, enjoying a much-needed win after their 31-28 victory over the Minnesota Vikings in Week 11. The team was all smiles, including an update radio address from owner Jerry Jones on Monday. Moments after Jones ended his interview, however, the team announced there would be no practice or media availability from anyone in the organization. This was due to what was initially described as a non-COVID related medical emergency with one of the team's staffers. The team's strength and conditioning coach, Marcus Paul, required an ambulance and medical attention, was immediately dispatched to him, in what became a very emotional scene for the Cowboys and their players. Despite premature and inaccurate reports of his passage, Paul remained in Plano Presbyterian Hospital overnight to undergo more tests, but it was announced by the team on Wednesday evening that he had passed. Owner Jerry Jones issued the following statement. Quote, "The loss of a family member is a tragedy, and Marcus Paul was a loved and valued member of our family. He was a pleasant and calming influence in our strength room and throughout the Star. His passion for his work and his enthusiasm for life earned him great respect and admiration from all of our players in the entire organization. We offer our love and support to his family in this very difficult time. Our hearts are broken for his family and all of the individuals whose lives he touched and made better." The sentiments were echoed by head coach Mike McCarthy. Paul joined the Cowboys as strength and conditioning coach in 2018 under Jason Garrett and was retained by Mike McCarthy this season despite a list of sweeping changes in other coaching areas. A former safety from Syracuse, he was selected in the fourth round, the 1989 NFL draft by the Chicago Bears, spending several seasons with them before finishing his career as a player with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He'd go on to have tremendous success as an assistant strength and conditioning coach for the Patriots after a short stay with the New Orleans Saints, joining the Cowboys in 2018 with 5 Super Bowl rings on his resume. After splitting time with the Jets and the Giants, highly respected around the league and most certainly in the Cowboys locker room, is with a heavy heart the team must now figure out how to mentally carry the death of Paul while trying to prepare for their second battle with Washington later today. No doubt hoping to win for him going forward. Let's continue with the broadcast. Let's see here. Let's see what's happening in the media world with a few bites of said media from our friends at Awful Announcing. And one of the games from college football, Oklahoma and West Virginia, ABC's planned Saturday night primetime game, has been postponed due to COVID-19. And it has continued to wreak havoc on sports. This week saw tons of issues in men and women's college basketball, which we gave you, in the NFL. Also, we gave you. And college football has faced quite a few problems as well this year. The latest college football postponement comes from Oklahoma, number 11 in the CFP rankings, number 14 the AP poll, against West Virginia, which had been set for ABC's Saturday night game showcase at 7:30 Eastern. That game was postponed Wednesday thanks to COVID-19 issues with the Oklahoma team. Quarterback Spencer Rattler was seen after last week's game against Kansas. Now, it's unclear at the moment what ESPN will sub in to fill that ABC slots. Other games were set the air on their networks around that time, include waves set for 7 p.m. Eastern kickoffs. LSU at Texas A&M on ESPN. Kansas State Baylor, ESPN2. Duke Georgia Tech, ESPN3. At 7:30 Eastern, there's number 13, Georgia, number 13, college football playoff poll. Georgia at South Carolina, the SEC Network, ESPN Radio. And at 8 Eastern, there's Troy Appalachian State on ESPNU. And Virginia, Florida State on the ACC Network. Now, the Duke Georgia Tech game is probably going to get a linear channel, but it's not clear if they will get put on ABC or if they'll go to a smaller channel and everyone else will shift up a level. Last week, when the noon game, Clemson, Florida State, set for ABC, was suddenly called off Saturday morning, the Florida Vanderbilt game was shifted there from ESPN. It's also unclear what this means in terms of announcers. Your typical ABC primetime crew of Joe Tessitore, Greg McElroy, and Holly Rowe were set to call Oklahoma, West Virginia. We'll see if they get another assignment this week. By the way, I can't wait for another episode, another season of Holy Moly. That's going to be fun. When it comes back this fall in 2021. Now, Westwood One, the radio network with a heart of gold. There went the bananas. Mom, could you check the bananas? Thank you. Now, this is going to be fun. Kevin Harlan was set to call Monday night's Rams-Buccaneers matchup with Tony Boselli this week. Unfortunately, with Boselli having been exposed to someone with COVID-19, a replacement analyst was needed. As New York Post Andrew Marchand reported, that meant fill-in and former ESPN analyst Anthony Becht wasn't officially hired until an hour before the game. It's wild to imagine a broadcast bringing in someone cold an hour before the kickoff. That's just sort of the world we're living in now. On the other hand, it's also hard to imagine a better play-by-play broadcaster to work with off the street than Kevin Harlan, who could presumably get an entertaining broadcast with anyone, must select someone like Beck, who has actual broadcasting experience to draw upon. Hopefully, the Westwood One booth has more stability going forward. Well, we got to agree. But we'll find out, won't we? All righty. Let's get this little show on the road if we can. Thank you very much. Now, going from the Ravens Steelers to a rerun of a dog show, Thanksgiving night is going to cost NBC a whole bundle of bucks. And here we go. The Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers saw their scheduled Thanksgiving night game moved to Sunday for NBC in the afternoon, thanks to a COVID-19 outbreak among Baltimore players and staff. The Ravens actually went so far as to publicly acknowledge that they've disciplined a staff member for being the cause of the outbreak. Well, the Steelers aren't happy about this, and presumably Baltimore is not all pleased, but the most aggrieved party might be the Peacock Network. Instead of having their showcase Thanksgiving game, they'll now be doing 2 games on Sunday, with Steeler Ravens currently set for 1 p.m. Eastern. Now, that's a massive downgrade from a ratings perspective, and their replacement programming isn't actually going to be a like-for-like draw. So here it is. On Thanksgiving night, NBC will air an encore of the National Dog Show at 8 and The Wall at 10. Now, no offense to the dogs and presumably the contestants on The Wall, but that is a big blow to the network, despite NBC Sports head Pete Bevacqua framing it as positively as he could to Sports Business Journal's John Arend. Said Bevacqua, "This is not a deal for anyone. The teams, the NFL, us. Everybody wants that great Thursday night game to be on Thanksgiving night. But this year, it's just different. Any of our partnerships, you need to be on your toes this year. You need to be flexible. I say you need to be able to call these types of audibles. It's the hand that everybody's been dealt. What's been encouraging is the level of cooperation across the board in sports. That's good for everybody. Now, he's obviously right in that there's just no way to really avoid something like this happening. Had it been a Sunday game, perhaps something else could have been flexed, but you can't ask teams to play earlier in the week than scheduled, at least not this late in the process. That's just how it is right now, and it could happen to any network when any live game planned at any time. Unfortunately for NBC, it happened at one of the least ideal times, as Anthony Krupe of Sportico pointed out. According to Standard Media Index data, NBC last year booked a staggering $70.9 million on its in-game Thanksgiving inventory, a total derived from an average unit cost of $1.5 million per 30-second spot. The previous season saw the network rake in $69.5 million in sales on an average rate of nearly $925,000 a pop. Now, while NBC has retained its rights to the stalled AFC North contest, it likely will have to renegotiate its in-game ad rates per Sports Media Inc. Intel. The going rate for units sold in the early Sunday regional window on CBS and Fox runs anywhere between 100,000 to 300,000 per half-minute increment, depending on the number of markets in which a particular game airs. NBC is expected to air the rescheduled game in nearly 100% of its markets, but pricing will also reflect the fact that the Ravens-Steelers Bruiser will go head-to-head with 7 other games. For what it's worth, this gives NBC its first ever virtual NFL doubleheader on Sunday night. The Bears and Packers are slated to butt heads at Lambeau. Now, obviously, re-airing the National Dog Show, traditionally aired directly after Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, is not going to be the night that NBC wanted, nor is losing a game to the early window on Sunday if this game happens at all this weekend. But that's 2020, although at least NBC has some football to sell. Well, whoever said that Turkey Day was going to be a dog of a day for sports never survived 2020, did they? Okay, we got more to do and less time to do it. If people can just wait for a momentation. Thank you very much. I have, and it is. Now, here's another one. Utah and Washington schedule a new game that will be on ESPN. Shocking, isn't it? The Pac-12 announced on Tuesday night the Utah Utes and Washington Huskies have scheduled a new football game for this Saturday, November 28th in Seattle. It will be televised on ESPN at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. The news comes just a few hours after it was announced that Utah's game against Arizona State, which was scheduled for Sunday, was canceled because Sun Devils don't have enough players due to COVID-19 protocols, and Utah has played just one game last Saturday versus USC due to COVID. Washington was supposed to play Washington State on Friday night in Spokane, but that was canceled due to COVID at Washington State. Now, it appears that Washington may then play BYU, who's number 14 in the first college football playoff ranking this week. But that fell through. Tuesday night on ESPN, BYU head coach Kalani Sitake said it's a false narrative that the Cougars were just ducking Washington and said the game just didn't work out for whatever reason. Ultimately, Utah and Washington were able to work out an agreement to play on Saturday night, and hopefully ESPN doesn't lose its cameras for this Utah game. Anyway, that for a remarkable moment of time and punishment is indeed that for this portion of the broadcast. It's time now to do some shout outs. Do we have any wrestling? Oh, yeah, we do have a wrestling report. Before we do the shout outs, let's give you a little wrestling report. And then we'll do shout outs, scoreboard, and then I got to see if an oven, which naturally is on, is lit, is truly lit. So here we go. Face to face, boogata, boogata, boogata. Ba-boom. Okay, let's kick it off with the AEW results from Dynamite. Are you ready? I know I am. Hey, boo boo. All right, here we go. Hangman Page versus John Silver. The winner, Hangman Page, via pinfall. We then had Powerhouse Hobbs versus Lee Johnson in a virtual squash. Powerhouse Hobbs won that one. Then we had Top Flight versus the Hybrid 2, and the Hybrid 2 won via submission. Then we had Chris Jericho and Jake Hager with the Inner Circle and the soon-to-be new leader, MJ Maxwell, whatever his last name, MPJ or whatever is his name. Oh. Okay, Maxwell, MJF, there we go. Winner Chris Jericho and Jake Hager because of a little cheating. Next week it's the Rumble for the Diamond Ring again. Hikaru Shida versus Hannah Jay would take Conti for the Women's World Championship. It was Hikaru Shida winning that. The Butcher and the Blade took on Pac and Ray Phoenix with Penta El Zero Miedo. And thanks to the help of Eddie Kingston, the Butcher and the Blade won. And there you go right there. I wish some people would just hang on because then. Okay, folks, we'll be back in a few moments. The parental one, otherwise known as the boss of the unit, has requested my help. So we will be back and we will add 5 minutes to the broadcast. So stay with us. We will return shortly with more of this program. Can we add 5 minutes to the show? So the show will be ending at 12:50. Okay, 12:50. All right. I will once again take the sword because some people don't understand. It is. Yes, I can see a reflection.
Is it lit?
Yes, it's lit. I see the reflection.
No, it's off.
Yes. Oh boy.
We gotta get this on it now.
That's okay. Glad to have helped. Well, I gotta be careful now. 2 of the wheels have come off. Okay, that's your AEW Dynamite results. The Diamond Battle Royale is coming up on next week's AEW Dynamite. Winter is coming, big events live. Last November, grazie. MJF defeated Hangman Page to win the ring. Will get a chance to keep it as he'll be involved in this year's Battle Royal. Other participants include Private Party, John Silver, Alec Reynolds, Matt Hardy, Hangman Page, Sammy Guevara, Matt Sydal, Scorpio Sky, Sean Spears, Orange Cassidy, Kip Saban, Miro, and Wardlow. Also announced, Britt Baker is set to be in action against Layla Hirsch. Let's take a look at next week's lineup. Of course, it main events, the Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega World Championship match, the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal, Chris Jericho taking on Frankie Kazarian, AEW TNT Champion Darby Allin and Cody taking on Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs, and Britt Baker taking on Layla Hirsch. Here's more interesting information for you wrestling types from WrestleLink.com. WWE Brass has yet to make any definitive plans on the match card for the upcoming TLC tables, ladders, chairs, Spanish, French, and possibly American announce tables. According to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio, Meltzer noted that as of Monday, there was nothing definitive planned for TLC, and most of the card was up in the air. As reported earlier, WWE Champion Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman had been penciled in for the big old event, even though Strowman did not qualify for next week's triple threat #1 contenders match. There will likely be an angle on next week's Raw that gets Strowman to be declared as McIntyre's opponent. Gee. Meltzer said, with the exception of the McIntyre-Strowman Championship match, no other match is being treated as a sure thing. He added that although Universal Champion Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan is still scheduled for the event, there's also talk the match could be pushed to January's Royal Rumble event. There's also talk the match Royal Rumble event. Meltzer said this depends on decisions that have yet to be made. Wow. TLC takes place on December 20th. It'll be WWE's first pay-per-view after it moves the Thunderdome to Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. Wahoo. And remember many moons ago, NBC Universal had a network called G4. And G4 was then the sacrificial lamb. Well, we got news for you. G4 is back. G4 announced that they have signed WWE star Xavier Woods as host and broadcast personality. It was announced by Kevin Sabe, head of content, during a very special G4 holiday reunion special. Said Sab, we cannot be happier to welcome Xavier to the family and introduce the first member of G4's new cast. The list of on-air talent with advanced degrees in psychology, unbridled passion for video games, and multiple WWE Tag Team Championships is not long. We love Xavier's creative hashtag Creed4G4 campaign and cannot wait to showcase his many talents throughout G4's developing slate of programming. Xavier stands as a fantastic first representative of an exciting and diverse team that we are assembling for G4 and will introduce in the coming weeks and months. Mr. Woods spoke about the campaign that he created last summer and how it gained so much momentum among both WWE fans and gamers. Woods is the creator of the popular YouTube channel Up, Up, Down, Down. As noted over the weekend, he won the Esports Content Creator of the Year award. G4 is poised to return in 2021. The gaming network originally was on cable TV from 2002 to 2014. So, good luck, fair person. We will see thee on the telly again. No, I can't wait. I can't wait. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's turn that extra 5 minutes to an extra 3, okay? Thank you. It only took a while, but we got through it. Okay, let us get to what we do best, and that's saying howdy hi and heidi ho. And while we do that, let me get a little decent piece of a little dessert. Mm. 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 That's good. Okay. Let's say some highs and get wells. Amory Man, Yuki Tanaka. Get well, please. I hope you're doing okay. Cleo Glide, Brian Mann, Harold Robbins, Angela Peterson, Christina Peterson, Jay the Brain Man, Yvonne Marie, Matt Zivich, Bruto Metzler, Christina Peterson, Chris French, Chris Lewis, Joseph Schwartz, Randy West, George Templeton, Marley Wiley, Jeff Rollo, Dale Sankey, Blind Lemon, Mr. and Mrs. Nellie K9, Deshaun Whipple, Ralph Gautier, Pamela M. Shoemaker, Peggy Ann By, Stephen Rivera, Shannon Walsh, Leonard Brand, Brian McFeeters, Joseph Yusuf Diaz, Robbie Lee Shepard, Kimberly Butler, Chuck Cook, Deborah Hilliker, January J. Keaton, Amy Hayes, Frida Hayes, Morris Hayes, Renee Subban, of course, Marina Orlova, Brenda Dixon. Who else? Linda Steele, Lila Lazarus, Miranda Kerr. What are you doing? Oh. Now, on the Twitter side, the usual known good friends. Rebecca, how you doing? She's also on Facebook and the Gram. So we say hello. Hello to Peter Oeda, Louisa Fernanda, Audrey Dahlgren, Alex Sims, Nick Mantis. Sierra Sirchi, Sibley Scholes, Mandy Summers, Ivy McKellen, Casey Lennox. We also say Hat, Kellyanne Collins, Robert Oberoff, Wyatt Holiday, Mr. Peter Gilmore, Stacy Hayes, Sherry Jones, very, very nice, very good. Erica Renee Davis, Beth McLeod, Lena Gwynn, Tessa Barrera, and all the good folks. Come Geek Some, Yellow Flash, Nick Ricada, and all the good folks. And if that's not enough, if we got more stuff for you. Yeah, we got to say hi to the folk on the Gram. And it's going to be a fun Gram. I know I got to replace two of the wheels here. Hopefully you can see me, hear me, feel me, touch my monkey. Okay, we got more for you. Why? Because we care. Claudia Trejos. We also got, for Wandering Minstrels, and I know we are, Linda Steele, Francia Jones, Courtney Lynn Elwood, Presley and Taylor, Kimberly Wells, and a bunch of good people that I care about very much, and I say hello to them. Monica Graham, Sammy Phillips, Sammy O'Neill, Casey Ann, and all my friends on the Gram, on the Facebook, and on the Twitter. And there you go. We don't know that. Oh, we do have a sad report before we go to our little thing we call the scoreboard. We have a sad report to bring you from the world of football. The man, the myth, the legend, Diego Maradona has passed away due to a heart attack he suffered. We read many things. Hi there. Argentine soccer legend Diego Maradona, who has died at the age of 60, succumbing to heart failure. A source from the Argentinian Justice Ministry, present at the time of his autopsy, told CNN in Espanol on Wednesday. The cause of death was quote, acute secondary lung edema to exacerbated chronic heart failure, the source said. Heart failure is a chronic condition that gradually damages the heart's ability to pump blood. I'm having a day, aren't I? Fluid can build up in the lungs. As a result, a condition known as pulmonary edema It is an increasingly common problem that can be fatal. The Argentina Football Association confirmed Maradona's death on Wednesday and posted a short message on its social media platforms. Quote, the Argentine Football Association, through its president, Claudio Tapia, expresses its deepest sorrow for the passage of our legend, Diego Armando Maradona. You will always be in our hearts, end quote. Regarded as one of the greatest players in the history of the game, Maradona became a household name after inspiring his country to World Cup glory in 1986. He took center stage at the tournament with a memorable performance against England, where he scored an iconic goal that he later described as the hand of God. The diminutive forward outjumped legendary keeper Peter Shilton and punched the ball into the net, despite the obvious hand because the referee did not see the foul. Later in the game, he scored one of the best goals in history after weaving his way past 7 English defenders. His glittering career was also marked by numerous controversies as his notorious lifestyle led to alcoholism and addiction. Argentine President Alberto Fernandez announced 3 days of national mourning for the passing of the superstar and posted a tribute to Maradona on Twitter. You took us to the top of the world. You made us feel incredibly happy. You are the greatest of all. Thank you for having existed. Maradona will lie in honor for public viewing at Argentina's presidential palace, Casa Rosada, according to a statement published by the country's official news agency, Telan. Fans took to the streets across Argentina and in Naples on Wednesday to pay tribute to their hero. Meanwhile, UEFA President Alexander Serafin said a minute's silence will be observed ahead of all European matches this week in honor of the Argentine. And we honor him with the bell count of 10. And in his honor, we'll just give you the scoreboard. Right? And tonight, we will give you the soccer scores and everything else that we can in the time that we have remaining. So, ladies and gentlemen, for Maradona, this scoreboard in this broadcast is dedicated in memory. 2020, I can't wait for it to end. And I know we still got the rabbi to do. So after scoreboard, we'll go straight to the rabbi for his Thanksgiving predictions. And then we'll say goodnight. So when we're ready, let's do this. Okay. In the Champions League group stage, Mönchengladbach defeated Shakhtar Donetsk 4-0. Manchester City over Olympiacos Piraeus 1-0. Ajax over Midtjylland 3-1. Atletico Madrid and Lokomotiv Moscow ended in a 0-0 tie. Bayern Munich over Salzburg 3-1. Real Madrid over Inter 2-0. Same score, different teams. Atalanta over Liverpool 2-0. And FC Porto over Marseille with the same score. In Finland hockey, Jukurit defeated Hämeenlinna 5-2, and TBS Turku defeated Kuku 4-1. And in Japan, in the NPB playoffs, Fukuoka Silverhawks defeated the Yomiuri Giants 4-1, 4-5-0 for the Hawks, 1-6-0 for the Giants. Matsumoto gets the win for the Silverhawks. He's 1-1. Ataki gets the loss for the Giants. He's 4-5. And that is going to wrap it up for us. We want to thank you very much for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We will be back at 11:30, and we will go until about 12:45. So it's going to be a fun and fruitful Thanksgiving. Hope you all have the same. And please remember those. Please remember why we're thankful. And to those whom we will miss, send love and good vibes and memories, because Thanksgiving is a time for all to get together. And this year, well, it's going to be a different type of Thanksgiving, but nonetheless, your family will always be with you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been the Steve Baxley Sports Final presentation of Mr. Fine Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. May your favorite teams always be winners. Good night, America, whomever and wherever you are. For me, the cat, and my mom. Good night. God bless. And pass me a turkey leg.